Since I released the first video on Turkish residence permits last year, a lot of changes have been introduced which everyone must be wary of before applying, whether you are first timer or you are renewing your application. For those who do not know, Turkish residence permit is needed for everyone or anyone coming into the country and willing to stay for a longer period of time that your visa does not permit you to. Now, in this video, I'll be speaking once again with an immigration expert, and he'll be shedding more light to issues revolving around Turkish residence permit and the new changes. My name is Shegun, and together with my lovely and beautiful wife, we bring amazing content from our base here in Istanbul. If this is your very first time of watching, please do us a favor, smash the subscribe button and make sure you leave your notification bell turned on so you get notified each time we post a new video. Now guys, if you are ready, I am ready. Let's go. Starting from February 2022, for every first applicant in Istanbul, or if are general in Turkey, you have to go to notary with the landlord of the, like before we were using house contract. When you rent a house, or your friends, family, relative can use their house for you, but now starting from February 2022, the owner of the house, which is the landlord, must follow you to a notary, like he or she will be standing to give you the consent to use their house. And if you are more than 3 people living in particular house, you can't do it for the 4th person, they will cancel it. So from February 2022, 10th of February 2022, everyone applying for residence permit for the first time, you must have a landlord or rent a house of your own to be able to get the residence permit. Yes, for example, this whole, the place where you use or where you cannot use in Istanbul have started since last year. Since last year, you can't use Esenyurt's address, even for renewing and for the first timer. But few people use Esenyurt to renew and they got the resident permit because they were actually living in Esenyurt before. Their first permit, maybe their second permit, were actually issued in the same address where they were living in Esenyurt. Like for most people who go to Mecidiyeköy to apply for resident permit or probably Aksaray, using different address and coming to Esenyurt to use and do nüfus Esenyurt to renew, or maybe someone who used Belitus at first time now live in Esenyurt now and did a nüfus in Esenyurt. If you use Esenyurt to apply, they will cancel the resident permit. So places like Esenyurt, Fatih, now Avcılar is having a little bit problem now because of the crowd population. So if you are living in Esenyurt, Fatih and Avcılar, I urge you, please, if you don't want to risk your resident permit, you shouldn't use any of those addresses to either renew or apply for the first time. Now, if your resident permit was cancelled, there's still alternative. The first option is the Turkish government said we should apply for resident permit 60 days before the expiring of the resident permit. So if you apply 60 days before your permit going to expire, then you still have another chance, in the sense that you will still have to reapply again and you can still be considered. But if you applied and your permit was going to expire, maybe a few days, maybe like a week or 2 weeks, and your appointment date exits when your permit is going to expire, automatically you have to leave the country and come back. But some people are very lucky, even when their permit expires, we still have to apply for them by backing up with a petition. Government still consider, but there is no 100% assurance anymore. Once you lose your permit due to address or missing of document or anything, the risk of getting that document back, the resident permit, it's like 50-50 chance. Now the system of immigration now, they have updated as mean that even if you are making the first application, when you get to the place of address, imputing address, if you're using Esenyurt, automatically the system will reject it. You can't even book it. So most people, some agents are very stubborn. They still go ahead to book it, probably use a different address and add Esenyurt as the address there. So if you add in Esenyurt as an address there, automatically they'll cancel it. Because if you use that address, particular that address, to maybe not use a different address to book, because definitely Axarai, which is Fati and SN, will not pass while booking it. So if eventually still add SN address after the booking, they will cancel it. They'll cancel it. Now, for the first time, even if you buy a house, you can't use SN address to apply for your resident permit. And if you are renewing, there's what we call numeratage and tapo. When you buy a house, automatically they'll give you a tapo. Now, most of the houses in Senyot, they are addressed, the tapo is not original tapo. Some of them are land documents. Some of them are not real tapo. So, in the case where you purchase a property and want to use that address, you have to see the concept of immigration first. Maybe they can give you the grace to use it, because if you call this call center, which is the immigration website, or check the website, or probably call the call center, go to Fati or anywhere, they will tell you 100% that you can't use S even if you have property. But in the case where you have property and you have done your numeratage, which is the plan of the house, and it's verified that you are the true owner of that house, they might consider you. But in the case you have to seek the consent of the immigration first before you can proceed by using the address. Now, when you apply for resident permit, you go for submission. After submission, there's this white paper they give, and it's written there that you have to wait 30 days to get your resident permit. Before it was 90 days. Now it's 30 days. Some people submit, they get message within 10 days, 5 days. While some submit 30 days, they didn't get their resident permit. So in that case, where if you waited 60 days, you don't get your resident permit, it's better you seek advice by going to immigration, which is Kunkapo, head of immigration. Talk to them, tell them that I applied for this resident permit and I haven't gotten results yet. And also I urge people, when you book your resident permit, after some weeks you don't get, please contact whoever that booked the resident for you, either agent or personal. Let them check system. We can check from the website, which is the www.goc.tro.com. There, impute your application reference number, your phone number, your passport number for first timer, your resident permit for renewal. You can see the update there. Some people have missing document, they don't even know that they have missing document. They'll just keep waiting, and all for them to call and say your document was cancelled because you have a missing document. So in this case, I urge you all to contact your agent. If you did it yourself, go to the website to check, or probably call 157, press 2, press 5 to speak with immigration officer. They will give you the update of your resident permit. There are so many reasons why your resident permit is being cancelled. The first reason, if you commit offense and you are being caught by a police officer or by the authority, or maybe someone reports you in one way or the other, if your resident permit is cancelled, what you need to do is get a lawyer, seek the consent of a lawyer. He or she will represent you in the court to get more details why your resident permit was cancelled. And in some cases, you'll be asked to leave the country. While in some cases, the lawyer can put a file case for you. With that file case, they can pursue like in court, they can follow up your program in court, and they can still get your resident permit back to you. But 80% of most people that commit offense in Turkey here, actually the court cancel their resident permit and they ask them to go and reapply again, probably come back after the whole case is over. We have, for the past 6 months now, we find it difficult getting a nufus for people, which is especially, we all know that most Africans that live in Istanbul live in Esenyurt. And 90% of those people, most of them have not done resident nufus. So if, for example now, in this scenario where people are getting address from friends, from relatives, from landlords, some MLAC, and unfortunately you acquire your first resident permit using Beletuzu, for example, and we all know that you are not living there. So what you need to do is, you have to register your address, probably go and do nufus. In the case where Esenyurt nufus is not working now, I will urge you people to come together, 2 to 3 people, get a house outside Esenyurt, like Bachache, Beletuzu. It can be anywhere around Bilchekmeje. Get a house there. Of course, those places, nufus are still working currently. Nufus your house there and you reside there. You must not live in Esenyurt where you know that it's difficult to get the nufus, instead of risking your resident permit and also in risking the someone else that use his or her address for you. Because as at yesterday, there was a serious checking in Essenyot here that police now go to one after the other checking if those people truly live in that house. So if eventually they go there to check and you are not living, automatically your residence will be cancelled. So I urge you all to please make sure that you register the house where you are currently residing. Yes, everyone, even like me, I have a resident permit here. I also have a driving license for 10 years. And if you ask me, my bag, my passport is there, my resident permit is there, my driving license is there. So I see no reason why a foreigner should leave his or her resident permit back home. I see no reason why you should leave it back home. If you are going out, go out with your resident permit. Why you leave it home? Now, if in fact it's an offense to leave your resident permit back home, you should hold it with you in your pockets. If you are not the type that carry bags, get a purse or something, just keep it there instead of probably risking it. There's no need to risk it. So that's it. No, that is a pure lie. It's a rumor. I've verified from immigration. So if you are doubting, you can as well call 157, press 5 to speak with immigration officer. I have a voice record on that. They said a tourist can stay as long as they want outside the country, pending on even before your resident permit will expire. You can stay there. You don't have to stress yourself by coming back on time. Those is a rumor. You see, the reason why I urge people to apply 60 days before their resident permit is going to expire. Now, when you apply and your submission date is Monday, and you apply 2 months before your expiring date of your resident permit, and you miss your appointment date, you still have the grace of 1 month before your permit. You can immediately rebook again. When you are rebooking, you are not paying anything anymore. There's no penalty, there's no punishment, because your resident permit start counting the day the old one will expire. So if you miss appointment date, you can easily rebook. Then there's no punishment. But if you booked and your permit was going to expire a few days, or maybe it have already expired, then you have to go to immigration. They will tell you what to do. Some might ask you to back up a petition. Some might ask you to give reason why you miss your appointment date. So I urge everyone who is in Turkey, outside Turkey, please, if your resident permit is about to expire 60 days, approximately 2 months before your expiring date, please, you should start booking it. That is the best advice I could give to everyone listening to me, watching, or seeking advice on resident permit, because I strongly believe Turkey that say apply 60 days before, they know what they are doing. Okay, now, for example, now, today happened to be 9th of March, right? And the snow is starting tonight. A lot of people are about to submit tomorrow. So there was a message that was passed across that if you were supposed to submit tomorrow till 14th, you can't submit anymore today. You have to wait after 14th. So for those who are renewing, you can easily rebook for them. So for those who permit have already expired, they have to go to immigration to explain themselves. So anything can happen. This is unpredictable. So please, I advise you, listen to this and play according to the rule. Obey the law, get on your infos before you travel. When you are coming back, you don't start asking questions why I was being sent back. Because many people have been sent back because of not having your infos. So many people resident have been cancelled because the address where they are living is not registered. So please, try as soon as possible to get your infos done. Either outside Essenyot or within Essenyot. Whatever it costs you, do it. As at last year, resident permit insurance was being bought for 200 tele, 300 tele. 2 years was 500 TL. This year now, 2 years is 3,000 tele, 2,500 to 3,000 tele. Now the reason why is before your health insurance cannot be used in hospital, but now starting this year now they double the price times 10. You can now use your health insurance in some medical checkup, even in some operation in hospital. So that's the reason why it is now expensive. Imagine what we buy 600, now we are buying it 3,000. So it affects all agent or individual applying for it, you know. As well, not just that, the tax we are paying for was 1,250 Turkish lira. Tax is now 2,500. Approximately to get resident permit, you have to spend like 5,500 to 6,000 TL. That's roughly like $500. So that's the reason. So the major reason why it's expensive is because of it's for the benefit of the citizen and also for the benefit of the applicant. We never can tell. Health is wealth, like they say. So the government try to, most people go to hospital, they don't have money for operation. So they try to back it up for them by paying some amount of money, whether 40% or 50% of their medical checkup, operation and all that. So that's the reason why the insurance is expensive. The first timer, you should have your passport, 4 passport photograph with white background. Then you should get a landlord or a MLAC or a friend that can give you house address. Then those are the major requirements for first timer. The every other thing is you have to pay your tax, get your insurance and notary and all that. Then for the renewal, first thing is you must have your nifus. Very, very important. Now, after your nifus, then we'll take a copy of your resident permit back and front, your passport, original passport, and 4 passport photographs with white background. That's the board requirement. The only difference between first timer and renewal is just the nifus. And now for the renewal, you don't need address. Once you have your nifus means population management. The document will get you from there, or mutar, you know. So why it also covers the house address? Because most people got it confused. They said, I have nifus and I still need house address for renewal. So once you have your nifus, you don't need house address for renewal anymore.
I hope some of your questions or puzzles have been resolved. If you still have any question, please drop them in the comment section, or you can reach out to us via our Instagram handle at Aremus Family TV, and I'll be there to give answers, directions, and try as much as possible to help solve any issue that you may have. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This goes a long way to help us and to motivate us to release more videos. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in our next video.